Hi everyone, you're listening to Pop Culture with Tatiana. This is the discussion that will make you feel like you are gossiping with your besties in your living room. Subscribe and join me and my many guests.
I heard it on Tatiana's podcast.
She did what?
Have you heard?
You don't mean it. Hey!
As we spill the tea from Lagos, Nigeria to the world. Welcome everybody. I am so excited. This is the first ever episode of Pop Culture with Tatiana. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. Just to give you a quick introduction, celebrity news has been an interest of mine for as long as I can remember. For those of you young enough to remember magazines back in the day, I'm sure my guest Nneka, do you remember magazines? The People magazine, Us Weekly, In Touch?
Vaguely. I'm like Gen Z, so.
That's true. This is going to actually show our age, so maybe we don't talk about this. So I've always been interested in celebrity gossip, tabloids, and it has always been a dream of mine to do a show where we can talk about this. And you guys can join me on my podcast where we will feel like we are just chilling in my living room and spilling tea and gossiping about the latest celebrity gossip. So let's start with our episode from today. So today I am joined by one of my closest friends, Nneka, which we always actually kind of joke about and laugh about celebrity gossip. So thank you for being here today with me, Nneka.
Thank you for having me, Tat, and this is amazing. Well done to you.
Oh, no,
we
I'm so
usually do
excited.
this on a weekly basis, just like during my lunch break or when you have time. So it's nice to actually
Absolutely.
make it official.
And we'll invite you guys to join us so you can be with us while we spill the tea.
Spill the tea,
So-
piping hot tea.
Exactly. So without any further ado, I'm actually really glad that Nneka is with me today because she is actually a big Kanye West fan.
Yeah.
Actually, we're all fans of Kanye West's music.
really are.
Even though these days it's been a bit on the messy side. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys might have heard of his ex, Julia Fox, who he dated for just 6 weeks, but is now kind of famous just because of it. I mean, let's be honest, nobody remembers Uncut Gems or any movies she was in.
No, honestly, I didn't even know she was a movie star. I thought she was like a washed up like model or something.
Exactly. We all know her for briefly dating Kanye West
Yes,
right after
15 seconds.
literally six weeks, which in the celebrity world is 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And Kanye West also has a slightly more famous ex-girlfriend, not the Kim Kardashian level, but you know also Amber Rose.
Of course I do.
But Amber Rose he dated for 2 years, so that's maybe a more legit relationship. Anyways, the story today is Julia Fox has a podcast and she invited Amber Rose to join her. I mean, they pretend that they weren't going to talk about Kanye.
Why else? Why else
Why
would
else?
she invite her to her podcast,
Like
please?
at the beginning, they just speak for like 10 minutes and then they're like, oh, we should address the elephant in the room. Oh my God, I didn't know. Anyways, she's Julia Fox. Like, okay, I'm being a bit...
No, she's Julia Fox.
She needs the clicks. Let's just say she needs the clicks. Obviously, they were going to talk about their relationship with Kanye and then they compare notes. Well,
Stop
briefly.
it.
So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to play a few clips of the interview and then we'll discuss what they said.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to talk about it or not.
I figured this would come up. I love you so much. I was like, I have to come on
I
the
know.
show.
It's like, whatever. We both did it. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like, I get so much shit for it.
Yeah, let's talk about the woman.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, because you've been going through this for 15 years, right?
Yeah, about 12, 13 years.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it still follows you. You know
It
what I mean?
does.
And
It
it's like,
does.
I'm sure there's still so many articles that talk about you, but they have to mention that like you dated this person 15 years ago.
Well, I think I don't shy away from that because it is a really big part of my story and how I became famous. I think the funny part is that I didn't have anyone to look to and say, okay, this happened to her, so it's going to happen to me.
I think it's quite respectable that she is admitting
I agree.
that they are famous because they dated Kanye.
No, she admitted. The other one didn't.
The other,
Julia.
yeah, that's true. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't know why I said
so
that.
Amber, I give her credit because at the end of the day, that's how her story started. I don't think anyone knows or knew who Amber Rose was before Kanye. And that Louis Vuitton ad. Do you remember the Louis Vuitton ad?
What? Tell me more about this Louis Vuitton ad.
Wasn't it Louis Vuitton where she was naked?
At some point, she says,
Yeah,
So-
but the moment you stepped out with him, it was like Amber, like you outshined him. You know what I mean? So obviously, I mean, I'm sure you weren't surprised when they started following you. And
I was
having more
very surprised.
Were you?
Yeah.
okay, that's the reaction I had. When Amber Rose stepped out with Kanye West, did people think she outshined him?
I'm sorry, what?
They're clearly just kissing her butt on this podcast.
Okay, clearly.
Because all
No.
respect to Amber Rose, who I actually quite like,
Me too.
she did not outshine Kanye West. Let's not
She
push it
did
that
not.
far.
Even Kim did not. But yeah, Kim tried.
Kim tried. Well, actually, let's talk about the Kim and Kanye thing for a second. How do you think that Kanye West influenced Kim Kardashian in the fashion world?
Okay, so first of all, I love Kim. I love Kanye. I think that Kim was a strong C-lister, maybe B, and he elevated her. And she actually admits it, even like her fashion sense, even her relationships with brands. Brands wouldn't really dress her before Kanye.
Absolutely.
She didn't get invited to Met before Kanye. He took her to the next level.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and she does actually admit to it that he took her. So now she's obviously branching out and doing her own thing. I think that she knew that she had to basically step up, and Kanye was
Especially after the Chris Humphries.
Exactly. That was really like 15 minutes, especially after Chris Humphries. And she's never dated anyone that big. Reggie, yes, but he was in football. He wasn't really going to do anything for her. So this was like her stepping stone to fashion industry, to the music, to celebrities. He really took her to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, look at her today. Today, Kim Kardashian is walking for Balenciaga and she's campaigning for Louis Vuitton and
No, she's next level now. Like she's like Vogue. Before
Yeah.
they would never, Anna Winter would never have put her on the cover of
she
Vogue.
would have never.
Never. But now, how many covers has she done?
I-
She's even competing with Kendall for
Oh
covers.
my gosh, I actually should count them. It's actually a lot. And her
Yes.
first cover was with Kanye.
That's the only way she could get it. No shade to her because she actually knows and she admits it. And I like that about her. She's not going to shy away from how she came to this level.
That's
Even Anna Winter. He's the one that had lunch with them and like brought them together.
let's be honest.
Yeah, so give
Anyway.
credit where credit's due.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. To the next clip.
And I was kind of thrown to the sharks because he had already been famous and he didn't warn me and tell me what that was going to be like. I just fell in love with someone that so happened to be famous. And I didn't know what my life was going to be like. I didn't understand at all.
So you get with Kanye West in 2008. That's like peak Kanye West times.
College dropout times.
One of the most epic albums I think ever made. You didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah. So for me, again, you can get into a relationship for various reasons. Yeah, she loved him. Of course, she probably did. You know, like Kanye is Kanye. But don't pretend like you didn't know what getting with Kanye entails.
Julia asks her if they've ever kept in touch. And she says no. And then Julia says, oh, that one time while she was dating Kanye in those 15 seconds, like you mentioned, Kanye bumped into Amber in a restaurant and got really stressed out and texted Julia and said, oh, just so you know, I bumped into Amber at this restaurant. You know, it doesn't mean anything, like just to calm Julia down. So now Julia shares this anecdote with Amber.
Bullshit.
And then Amber admitted that that time in the restaurant was the first time she had seen him since they broke up. So yeah, just apparently they don't keep in touch, but maybe we are calling BS. That's to be seen, to be continued.
No, so it's not BS that he walks into a restaurant and sees her, but BS that he's panicking and messaging Julia.
Julia Fox. He might have maybe even been messaging Kim Kardashian at the time, just so you know, this doesn't mean anything. And Julia Fox, like, oh, you can just hang out.
I'm not even gonna lie. I hope they end up, getting back together. I did like them as a couple.
Oh, actually, that was nice. And now they're both parents. They've both probably matured.
Oh, no, not Amber Rose. I hope he gets back with Kim.
Oh, because I said, okay, maybe.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Kim,
no.
I doubt. But yeah,
No.
I hope so too. I actually hope maybe in a few months we'll be talking about a reconciliation between Kim
Is
and
he
Kanye.
like married now, spiritually or something?
He spiritually, yes, but not legally.
Okay, that's good.
They did a ceremony with no papers.
Okay.
So
Makes
yeah,
sense.
but yeah, good point.
Kanye's out. Obviously, you know how I feel about Kanye. Kanye is not crazy. There's some people in your life that they're, like you said, eccentric or they can be a bit much. I think I loved him even more after watching the documentary because I think for him, his calm, his peace was his mother. And when he lost her, there was really no one to kind of like pull him back, you know. So I hear what everyone's saying, that he's always been, yes, he's always had it in him. You know, everyone, honestly, everyone has a good side, I mean, like a bad side or a side that they would not want to share. And they always like keep that side locked up. That side was like kind of like calmed, or like not locked up, but like kind of like
held
held
back in a
back
way.
because of his mom. And losing her kind of pushed him over the edge.
But I do think he has always been like quite extreme in his ways. So further on in the interview, Amber says that the first time she met Kanye was that he had she shares that she was a stripper, which I didn't know that. She used to be a
You
stripper.
didn't know she was a stripper?
No, I
That
didn't
was
know.
the
I
oh
should
my
know this.
That's rude.
No.
That was the story.
I knew Cardi B was, but I didn't know Amber Rose
Amber
was.
that was the story.
Oh,
Like,
good for her climbing up. Why not? We're happy for that. I'm always happy for that.
women empowerment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kanye West invited her to be in one of his music videos. So she flew out to LA from New York, and after one day of meeting, he told her, "I want you to come with me to the Grammys." And she was like, "What? But I don't have anything to wear." In Kanye fashion, don't worry about it. Next day, not just a dress, Rolex, diamonds, and like I think 4 days later they were dating, and it became this full-on thing. So I think he has always had this extreme ways of him. And then they even say that he's very attentive, that like when she speaks, he felt like he listened, and that he does have a good character, and she appreciated that about him. So I think they actually say nice things about him. So that's kind of nice. She actually shares this story, which I want to get your thoughts about.
I was like, so I called Kanye. I'm like, I need a ticket home. Like right now, my aunt just died. She's like my favorite person on earth.
Oh no.
And he was like, I'll come with you. I'll come to Philly with you. I'll come to the funeral. Whatever you need. And I was like, you can't come to the funeral. The whole funeral is going to be about you.
Yeah,
like,
not you pulling up to your auntie's funeral with Kanye West.
Yeah, I'm like, you just can't. I'm like, let me just go home.
You
and
know,
like,
he'd find the aux cord. He'd start like,
like
his new
playing his new song.
I know.
Sampling his new song.
I want to say something. I thought this was a touching, heartwarming story. And then Julia Fox says, yeah, because he would have shown up to the funeral and found an aux cord and tried to like make everyone listen to his new album. I thought that was like a very awkward input to the story.
She's trying too hard to be relevant.
Way too hard.
Yeah. Yes, we know that Kanye has done some, extreme things in the past, but I don't think someone's going to come to a funeral and start making people listen to his new songs. At that point in his career, he doesn't need that.
I think it was a silly thing to say on her part.
Very silly.
But anyways, they end the conversation on saying that he is a great artist, which I think everybody in the world agrees.
Of course.
But he is difficult to deal with on a personal level. Which maybe these days, which is fair. I'm sure Kim would agree.
Yeah, which is fair.
So let's move on to the next story. I think this could be the beginning of the end for Adidas, because they've made a lot of horrible decisions lately, and it's also reported that they lost $1.3 billion after cutting ties with Kanye West. So where does the Yeezy brand stand today? According to the Adidas CEO, they have received hundreds of offers for the mountain of unsold Yeezy shoes they have, but they prefer to just get rid of them entirely, but they're just figuring out how to do it. Nneka, if you were the CEO of Adidas, what do you think that you would do? Well, you've cut ties already with Kanye. Mm-hmm. What would you do with the unsold mountain of Yeezy shoes and merchandise that they have?
So first of all, as much as I love Kanye, he crossed the line.
Yes, he did.
He did. But I think as a business person, you have to weigh, your options. So don't get rid of the shoes, like throw them away, because that makes no financial sense whatsoever. But then find a way to sell them. So maybe like there are a lot of like sneaker shops that sell sneakers for like millions and things like that. So actually, if Adidas wanted to make money, they could not sell Yeezys for a while and then come out and do a limited release for the Yeezys and triple the prices, and people would really want to buy them, because
supply and demand, right?
Exactly, this would be like the last Yeezys ever made and things like that. So the different things that you can do about it, I definitely think they need to strategize, because again, if they choose not to partner with Kanye in the future, these are the last Yeezys from the Yeezy Adidas collaboration. You can go a million ways with it, and you can make a I can't swear, but you can make a lot of money.
So they said that they considered this option, but they realized that, like you said, the price of Yeezys on reseller websites would be exorbitant. And they just didn't want to give more credit to Kanye West because they are so staunchly against everything he did. So they don't want to give him more power by having his shoe be 4 times the price.
Yes,
so
but
that
then-
is their argument for this.
No, but the argument, I hear what you're saying, but it makes no sense if you are a company that has shareholders. You
Right.
have employees. You need to pay
Right.
your employees.
Right.
I understand what they're saying, but what happens when Adidas goes broke?
Which they are.
Yeah, so like, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna pay your employees or your shareholders in kindness? Happy
Word
thoughts.
for it.
I
Or
don't
in
even
happy
know.
thoughts.
Like, so you have to know them cutting ties is already showing that, like, this is not like acceptable, and that's okay. But then don't be foolish. Make money.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Let's watch and see what happens with Adidas in the next few months, but it's definitely not looking good.
But I will say this. I'm never gonna shit talk Beyonce because I know she's your queen. So I will.
You can say some things. It's okay. I can
I
take
will
it.
not. But the quality of Ivy Park is terrible.
With Adidas, it was unwearable. I'm not gonna lie.
With Topshop, was it better?
Yes, it was. Because it was lounge wear. You could at least wear it as a pajama. But with Adidas, you couldn't wear it as anything. It was made for Beyonce's body.
I went to a couple of years ago when I was in the States, and I went into, I can't remember what department store, and the quality, and you're selling it for $100?
Yeah, even more sometimes for
What?
Adidas.
What? I was like, I don't know what they're smoking, but no.
But actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because the day that Beyonce announced that she was cutting ties with Adidas, she announced a collaboration with Balmain. So now, well, her Renaissance collection with Balmain, which I'm going to show you a few photos.
Okay.
Please follow us on YouTube, where you can also see all the photos that I'm going to be showing Nneka right now. And then you let me know what you think. I mean, it's basically unwearable for, well, actually, I won't say.
Sorry, are they gonna sell it to the public?
When I saw the photos, I don't think they can sell it.
I'm sorry, what?
So can you describe this dress?
Okay, so the best way I'll describe it is Paris Fashion Week. You know how designers are super creative and, kudos to them. And you wear a piece on the runway and you know that it's just for the runway because nobody in their right minds will ever wear it.
Exactly.
That is
So I
what
don't
this
think
is.
they can sell it to the
Yeah,
public.
no, you can't sell this.
I think
So
it was
what-
just for the photo.
So then what is the point of the collaboration?
I don't know. Maybe to promote the tour or to promote Balmain. But as you can see, these are the designs.
Oh my God. You can't even... If you wore this out, they would think you were crazy.
And actually, so basically, Olivier Roustin, the designer of
Yes.
Balmain, said that they made a dress for each song of the Renaissance album. So this one is for I'm That Girl.
Okay, so
This
I
one-
honestly don't know any songs from the Renaissance.
Yeah.
The only one I heard was the Break My Heart or
Break My Soul.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, which actually topped the charts. It was a pretty good song, but I
Okay.
mean, they're all. We'll actually have to talk about this another time because I have a lot of things to say. But yeah, this is not wearable.
This is not wearable.
You guys, please check out the photos that I'm showing her, and you let me know what you think because it's
Yeah,
a bit.
it's not wearable.
it's not
And
wearable.
Even for some like extreme, like I know like we have a lot of like fashionistas, like even in the Nigerian scene. I don't think anyone would wear that. Like if I saw you wear it, I just think you're
I mean, you could wear it as a Halloween costume
okay.
potentially.
Yes. You could. You could.
So let's move on to the new unexpected celebrity couple in town. I don't know if you've heard that Avril Lavigne and Tyga are together.
Oh my God. Oh my. I have so many thoughts
Yeah.
on that.
So rapper Tyga and rock singer Avril Lavigne. Sources close to the couple say Avril and Tyga are dating, but they're not putting any labels. So they're not calling each other my girlfriend, my boyfriend, but they're spending a lot of time together. And this week, apparently, he bought her a chain. Reportedly worth $80,000.
Does he have $80,000?
I was gonna talk to you about this.
Oh my
By the
God.
way, this is why we're friends, because this was literally the question I was about to ask you. You know, I see so many rappers, okay, not at the level of Future or Travis Scott,
Yeah.
like Tyga or like Cardi B's husband Offset.
No, Offset has money. Offset and Tyga are two different levels. No, Tyga is like, didn't they like repo his car, like or something?
Maybe
like
something
yes.
like this. I thought the same thing. You see these rappers they're not bad, but they're not at the
Name a Tyga song apart from
Rack City. Classic song with a classic title.
That was
No,
classic.
he has taste. She can get a taste. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm done with
Please,
it.
I'm not gonna start singing on my podcast. But there's that one, and there's one more famous one. Well, he sampled the Macarena.
Oh my God.
But I mean, he's not at the level of a Future or
No,
something
of course
like that, or
not. Of course
even
not.
less a Kanye.
Yeah, and oh my God, no.
So to buy a new girlfriend,
80,000.
an
It's
$80,000
probably just
chain.
for like the just social media and things like that. But you know what's crazy about it for me? Didn't she date Brody Jenner?
So you see, this is why we are such close friends. I was just about to ask you about this. So let me explain to you guys the twisted intricacies behind this relationship. So Avril Lavigne used to date Brody Jenner. Brody Jenner is Kylie Jenner's half brother, and so Brody Jenner is Kylie Jenner's half brother, and Kylie used to date Tyga. And on top of that,
Tiger.
Tyga's ex-girlfriend. Tyga's ex-girlfriend is Black China, whose baby daddy is Robert Kardashian, also Kylie Jenner's half brother. So we need a chart. Maybe on YouTube I'll put a chart for this.
You know, like when you come to a company and the company's organization structure, we need an organization
We need a
structure.
diagram.
For like, this is insane. This is too much.
So I mean, but they've always had this twisted. I mean, when Robin and Black China got together, I was like, this is weird.
No, that was too much for me. That took me out. That was too much. Like I know, like I love the Kardashians. I love their hustle, and we know that they do a lot of things for fame. But that was too much.
So do you think Avril and Tyga are legit? Like,
Of course not.
yeah, probably not.
It just see again. You can find love in the weirdest place, but I feel like there's just too much baggage. And she just got out of a marriage or something like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, she was
And then-
engaged.
yeah, and then now you're going to Paris Fashion Week with Tyga.
I mean, some would say, why did she have to go and make things so complicated?
Oh my God, I'm done with you. I can't believe it.
any of you born before 1997 would know the reference that I just made.
Why are you showing your age?
because
I don't actually know what you're talking about. Like
No, we only listen to Billie Eilish and Dua Lipa. We have no idea what Avril Lavigne's old songs used to sound like.
Can I tell you something crazy?
Please.
I don't know any Billie Eilish songs.
Yes, you do.
Which one?
Okay, so what I realized about Billie Eilish, okay, now we're definitely disclosing our age, is that we don't know the songs, but we've heard them, and when we hear them, you'll know them. I'm sure you know Bad Guy. Actually, I'm actually going to play it a little bit. Like the broody teenager
Well, I
style.
know Dua because it's like one. Don't pick up the phone. or
Yeah, don't pick up the phone.
something.
She had levitating. I got you all night.
Yes.
all night. No,
yes,
she has
yes,
good.
yes.
I actually like
yes,
Dua
yes.
Lipa.
I do. I remember the one, the don't pick up the breakup song.
Yeah.
The-
Don't pick up the phone. I
Yeah,
know what you're talking
because I
about.
was kind of like going through a breakup. I was like, yes,
Oh.
girl.
Oh God, we
Yeah, but this was
appreciate
like
you
7
doing-
years ago, so yeah.
Okay, so you know when we were 13 years old, I was 13 years old, and the guy that you talked to in recess is not talking to you anymore, and it
Yeah.
was also Avril Lavigne's song. Well, he was a skater boy. She
Yeah,
said, "See
oh,
you
no.
later, boy."
No, she was a big part of like
She
my
was a big
teenage
part,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, she was for
But
sure.
her and Tyga probably
Yeah,
not going to work
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Let's watch
yeah.
this space.
Interesting.
Moving on to another celebrity couple, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. So let me just give you a quick summary of the situation. For those of you that don't know, Khloe has been in and off relationship for a while with NBA player Tristan Thompson. He's cheated on her many times, including when countless exactly, including when she was 9 months pregnant. One time with her sister Kylie Jenner's best friend, and the most recent time was after they reconciled. They were expecting a baby via surrogate, and then he got another woman pregnant during a one-night stand. So, I mean, I understand giving someone a chance, but I don't know about 50 chances.
Tristan Thompson is trash, like actual trash.
I was just about to ask you what you would have done in Chloe's place, but I think you just answered that question.
Yeah, so for me, honestly, apart from my ultimate favorite is Kendall, just because I feel like she's the most amazing model. Like she's gorgeous. Like if I was gonna be a model, I would be Kendall Jenner.
Guys, if Nneka stands up now, she does look like a model, but that's for another time.
I really
Please
don't.
carry on.
But like Chloe's spirit, her energy, like just from like watching the Kardashians and everything, like she was fierce. She was like a lion. Like she was to see someone just destroy her self-esteem or her self-worth, or like just to keep taking advantage of her over and over again. I'm just like, you are good enough. Like someone
Absolutely.
will love you. Like it doesn't matter who she is or how much money or like how many procedures she's done. No one deserves this. It's again, I hear all the stories of how she got him, you know.
So let me just explain to you guys. Tristan actually got with Chloe while he was dating someone else who was pregnant with his child at the time. So today he has 4 children, two of them from Chloe, and then the two others are from 2 different women.
Yeah, like it's insane. So I hear you that, people say how you get them is how you lose them. That's all well and good, but no one deserves this. Like at some point, when is enough going to be enough? When is she going to know that she actually deserves more than this? Like she deserves way more than Tristan can ever give her. And I feel like the type of person that Chloe is, again, I don't know these people, but she seems like someone that's going to love and protect you with her life. So she's even with this silly guy. When his mom died, I know that she like took off to be with him in Canada, and she was like protecting him and just making sure he's okay. And just like, why do you keep hurting this person over and over again? Yes, maybe the way they got together was messed up, but she doesn't deserve this.
This goes to show us that celebrities are like us. I mean, this is clearly, I'm sorry to say this for Chloe, a case of very, very, very low self-esteem.
Very low.
Despite the surgery and her body changing and
And-
all the workouts she does, her self-esteem must be extremely low. And you think, oh, Kardashian, they have money, they have the look, they have everything. And yet she's just acting
Yes,
like
she is.
anyone that we might know
No,
that
any-
might be getting
like-
back to a toxic relationship.
God, like in my early 20s or in my teens, I was in a toxic relationship. So.
I mean, story of all of our lives, ladies.
Story of-
Remember the wise words. Remember the wise words Nneka said. How you get them is how you lose them.
Yes. So I do feel bad for her. And she is, like everybody else. She wants to be loved. Like, because even like with Lamar, you could tell that she put everything into that relationship. But at some point, she knew that she had to leave. So I'm guessing it's like, when is enough for her in this relationship? When is enough?
I'm sure we'll be talking about this again in the future.
Of
Let's
course we
move
will.
on. Last but not least for today, on to some fun music news. So The Weeknd has recently set a Guinness World Record as the most popular artist in the world.
I love The Weeknd.
I love The
Like,
Weeknd too, but let's talk about as if he's the most famous
He's not. He's not.
popular artist in the world.
He's
But
not.
the thing is, this is what the statistics show. He broke 2 records on Spotify, one for the most monthly listeners in Spotify history,
Wow.
and another for being the first artist to breach the 100 million monthly listener mark in general. And he recently joined Michael Jackson as the only artist with multiple #1 songs from 3 of his albums. The question that's on my mind is that anybody can break a new world record, like if they just decide on a new type of records.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I appreciate The Weeknd. I think his recent album was great. Blinding Lights is the most popular song in the history of the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was a total of 90 weeks on the charts.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it was a good song. I mean, also thanks to TikTok, but that's another story. Um,
Nice for a Canadian boy.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Just give me a quick second.
Sorry, my husband's Canadian, so inside joke. It's not like, yeah.
Anyway, so yes, the question is, The Weeknd, is he the most popular artist at the moment? Statistically, yes, but in
No.
popularity, maybe not so much.
No. So if you I think if you stop 10 people and you ask them, do you know The Weeknd? Probably like 3 or 4 would know The Weeknd. But
Exactly.
they might know his song, obviously.
But
Starboy,
everyone would know
they
Beyoncé.
yeah,
But
exactly.
she doesn't have as many.
No, Beyonce for sure. Like if I was to name like 5 most popular artists in the world, dead or alive, Beyonce would be on that list.
Yeah, Beyonce, Rihanna, Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
So it's just funny, like these days, how they're measuring
Maybe
streams.
not even Rihanna. That's another
Maybe not in the top 5,
Yes,
but I
no,
think
yeah,
she's more
no,
popular
top,
than
yeah,
The Weeknd.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
my-
No, she's for sure.
Yeah, like my father would know. My father would know Rihanna, and I don't think he'd know who The Weeknd is.
My father knows Michael Jackson. Let's keep it at that.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I like
yeah.
that. Also, Nneka, did you know that Nigeria's very own Rema is currently at the number 8 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 chart
No
for his
way.
remix of "Calm Down" with Selena Gomez? That's
okay.
very impressive.
Okay, so first of all, I am obsessed with Rema. I'm obsessed with that song. Baby, calm down. Okay, my voice is terrible,
No,
but
it's okay. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, I love. But then, I didn't actually like his remix with Selena Gomez, you know.
I liked just not the Selena Gomez part. Sorry. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
I
trying to
love
talk badly.
I love, and I love her from Disney days, like Wizard of Waverly Place and things like that. So it's not that I don't love Selena, but I didn't see, you know, some songs don't need to be remixed. Like,
I agree.
yeah.
I
So,
agree.
so like for me, a song that like blew my mind was like, so Ed Sheeran can do no wrong in my books. In my books, Ed Sheeran is like on that list, better than Weekend on that list. But a song that blew my mind was a song with what's that guy? Is it
With
Fireboy?
Fireboy, Peru,
Yes.
the Peru
Thank
remix.
you. So that like it was just it was
Don't you
perfect.
think it's amazing how all of these Western artists are trying to ride the Nigerian music train?
I don't think it's just the Nigerians. I think it's the African thing because right now, like the beats, the movements that we have, whether it's like Nigerian or South African, they want to be a part of it. They see the movement and they want to be a part
Exactly.
of the movement. So
Exactly.
yeah, no, they're definitely
Yeah.
definitely riding it. But for me, if you're riding it, be an add-on. So like for me, Peru with Ed Sheeran, that was it. That was a banger. Like he killed it. But for me, Selena Gomez, calm down.
Yeah, it doesn't match.
Yeah, it
Match.
doesn't, it doesn't.
But yeah, speaking of this, actually, did you know that Thames and Wizkid are the only Nigerian artists who have had a number one song on the Billboard charts? Wizkid, it was on Drake's song on One Dance, which I don't think everybody knows that song. I'm just kidding. Everybody knows that song. And Thames for Wait for You featuring Drake and Future. But what is actually incredible of that song is that it's a sample of a Thames original.
Yes, I heard.
So that's pretty incredible.
Thames is insane.
I know that you have a little girl crush
I
on
have
Thames.
a big girl crush, like a big, and I don't like her from right now. I've liked her since like Keys and since like you know like she had all these like what's the her orange is the if I were orange okay so have her EP and the songs were just like insane like she's so talented.
She
Like,
is absolutely
she's
incredible.
so,
And she's
so
so beautiful.
yeah, like there's like one of my favorite songs. I need to play it now. I can't remember it now, but like her album was insane. And then even like when she had like Damages and she had the other like
Try me, was
yes,
it? Yeah.
Try me is a like it's a legit banger. Like
it's a banger.
and just like her energy, like her passion for it.
Yeah.
No. I am
Do you know, I'm so proud because as you know, we're coming to you from Lagos in Nigeria. And I just spent like the whole past year abroad and I thought it was so incredible how everybody in London, in the States, in France, everywhere in Europe, they knew the songs.
they know.
And they would sing them in the pidgin
they know,
dialect
yeah.
or in the broken words
Yes,
that
they-
like,
yeah,
it
like-
was insane. Like you'd be in London and then they play last and you hear all of these English people shout I no go fit take your insult though. And you're just like how or like what's you just hear finesse and you hear French people go if I broke now my business and I'm like huh? This
love
is
it.
stunning. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it is to see like I remember 2012 this was my first time in Geneva. My sister lives in Geneva, so I went to visit. We went to this club and they were playing P Square. What's that P Square song?
Do me?
Do Me, but there's another one that was really,
Personally.
yes, personally, yes, and I was like blown away. And this is like a French club, like, and
A
it was
French
like, yeah, and it
club.
was like insane.
Like how'd you guys know
And,
this?
like I remember taking a video. I think I might have even put it on Facebook. I'm like, oh my god,
It's
oh my
so
god.
exciting.
But now it's like so normal. You walk into Selfridges, you walk into like Galleria, wherever you are, and it's just
And you
like
hear everywhere.
everywhere. Like even in the most like hipster places, like Nigerian songs or
Yeah.
like African songs, and it's I'm proud.
Me too. And I'm sure the future is extremely bright for African artists from all over the continent. Anyways, that is all we have time for today. Nneka, my dear friend, thank you so much for coming over today to film with me.
Thank you so much, my darling Tats. I had the best time today, and honestly, gossip sessions are usually longer, like 3 times
They're
longer.
usually longer.
Yeah, so we had to like compress
Yeah.
this, but I can't wait to be back, and this is amazing. Well done, my
Thank
love.
you. I can't wait to have you back. And I'm so glad that you guys are here and that you've joined us. Please leave any comments or any things that you'd like for us to discuss, or if you'd like me to comment on anything, please leave your comments down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much.